So at the time of this recording, I should be closing on a $100,000 investment deal tomorrow. If that deal goes through, I'll be getting paid $350, a whopping 0.35%. One of my newer subscribers, supporters, who runs her own YouTube channel called Weathers Wealth. I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description. She does great personal finance content. Asked in the comment section, why so slim essentially, or it seems like that's a pretty slim payout. I want to give some context around that as I dive into my compensation package, particularly the commission earnings part throughout the year. I'm going to start covering that on a very consistent basis to kind of document my journey and expanding that compensation plan and growing it essentially. So on a $100,000 investment deal, making 0.35%, I need to get some clarity on why I'm getting paid that versus other people with similar skill sets, similar qualifications, doing similar work, getting paid significantly more. I am working for a mainstream financial institution. It is a bank and an investment firm merged together. That in that situation basically means that I am working literally on the FDIC insured deposit side as a banker, as well as licensed on the investment side as a registered representative. Essentially, what that basically means is I am working for a financial institution that is literally doing most of the work of bringing in the clientele and presenting me a book of business. I am not doing the work of going out, in the streets or, pounding the pavement, or in today's world on the internet trying to gather my own clientele. I have been gifted a book of business to work off of, as well as consistent clientele coming into my retail location. So I manage a book of business. At the time of this recording, it fluctuates and changes all the time, but it's around $22 million in deposits and investments for consumer and small business clients. Pretty reasonable sized book, but that book is broken out over hundreds and hundreds of clients. It's not like an Edward Jones or a Charles Schwab where that same $20-something million book might be across 50 people or 100 people. Everybody has a net worth of upper 6 and 7 figures. My clientele ranges from working class, working poor, all the way up to 6, 7, and sometimes 8-figure clients. So I am working in a capacity where I am getting a full salary, full compensation package, and a commission structure. If I were doing what I was doing in the past, like independent insurance sales or mortgage brokering, in this case, independent investment, working essentially an independent investment broker, then I would be getting paid differently. I would not likely be getting a salary, and I would not be getting a full benefits package most likely, or the same type of full benefits package. And my commission structure would be well denser than what my commission structure is working for a bank financial institution. So like Edward Jones, Charles Schwab examples that I gave, these individuals oftentimes are getting almost 100% commission. They're making significantly more. That $100,000 deal for them might be more like 1, 2, or 3% on that same deal. $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000 on that same deal versus me getting $350. They have to go out and do a lot more of, there's a lot of brand awareness, but they have to go out and gather their clientele for the most part. Or if there's leads drawn into them, they still have to work those leads from scratch. My clientele may be my bank client that I'm going to turn into an investment client, or turn into a mortgage client, or turn into a business client. It's a totally different set of circumstances. The firm is doing a lot more of the work of drawing in the business for me. And I have much better access to higher volume than somebody who is working for an independent investment firm. So my compensation, yes, I'm being robbed, but I'm being robbed for reasonable reasons. I don't have to go out and scrape for business. I have to have the skill set of rapport building and relationship building to get that business to close. But that business is likely either walking through the door or on my books that I can pick up the phone and call with a lot of data already presented. I already know a lot of ins and outs about that client. If I'm working for an independent investment firm, they are likely getting clients from complete scratch. Or if there is a lead generation system, it is not going to be nearly as warm of a lead in most cases as what I have with a literal client that can be walking in doing business with me on some other level, or is a regular client. I literally have the right to call you because I'm already managing your deposit relationship or your auto relationship or your mortgage relationship. So it's not that big of a gap to bridge over to investments. Unlike an independent investment advisor working for an independent firm who has, again, similar to the same credentials or licensing, etc., that I do, but has to build that relationship almost from scratch or close to it with a lot less data and a lot less, like connection to that client. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of why my compensation plan is different and why I can have a $100,000, $200,000, or $300,000 client and still only get hundreds of dollars on that deal one time, while an investment firm can get paid 4 figures up front on that deal and get trails on that same investment, meaning that the life of that investment, they're getting some kind of small incentive along the way, like a residual income. So I did independent mortgage broker and I did independent insurance sales in a gap between my banking career. I made good money. At times I was making $8,000, $9,000 a month, etc., doing pretty good. But at the end of the day, for various reasons I'll probably cover in another video, I decided I wanted to go back into the full scale of financial services, helping clients across the board and also having a more stable compensation structure that still allowed me to do really well with my commission structure, but having to do it at a lot more volume to accomplish it. So yeah, I'm being robbed blind, but at the end of the day, for good reason. And I'll explain a little bit more in a separate video why I made the decision to not stay independent at the time and branch back into a full-scale financial services industry or, company that is a different compensation structure, a more stable, lower risk compensation structure. So I'll cover that in another video, but comment down below. Let me know what you think about what would you do if you were in my scenario and had my credentials, licensed across investments, mortgages, etc. Would you work for an independent firm and make the bigger money at a bigger risk of not eating some months? Or would you work for a more stable income with a good stable salary, still with a reasonable compensation structure, full benefits package? Which route would you take if you were in my shoes? Comment down below. Other than that, to all my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. As always, I want each and every one of you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.